Hey everybody, welcome back. We've been having some good times on the weekly so far. This is a bit of a strange shop to be starting with. Let's generate some... Maybe I overrate the value of an egg, but I'm going to throw some egg protection up there to begin with. I want to have a unit with more than 2 HP in position 1 because everyone's running eggs. Let me be like a blue ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost, and I also ain't afraid of no bed. But... Egg? Okay, he's a genius. Maybe... Oh, never mind. I thought we won that one. Maybe he rates the egg appropriately. Honestly, why don't you stack up? Why don't you put an egg on yourself? And we'll... This weekly to me... Wow, this is interesting. This weekly to me seems to be like a pretty good 3 or 4 squad round 2 sort of setup. Like, I don't think you necessarily need to have a full squad to be hanging. Oh, if I just change the order, that's a win, man. Come on. What am I thinking? Who made this? Okay. How about this? You take your level. We take a capybara. Honestly, capybara is sticking. Why don't we give the capybara an egg? Roll a little bit. I say no to all those. We almost have a level 3 fish. This fish is going pretty swimmingly, if you'll allow it. You won't? Okay, fair enough. Get smoked. You're also going to get smoked. Canuck 'em up. Or as they would say on Fox Sports, canuck 'em up. I hate to do this, but I think we gotta do this just so that this buff is guaranteed not to hit one of the weird fishes. I'm going to buy the doorhead. It sucks that it wasn't on a roll, but whatever. And then we'll just put the lizard there as a placeholder. Because obviously we get a nice little buff from the capybara off of our roll. But the capybara is like, it's goated for creating pivots here. This feels like a great start right now. Feels like I got no complaints about the last couple of rounds. Okay, now don't over-rely on your eggs here. We roll. A second capybara pip. That's a pretty good get. I think this is good. I think you're sold. I think you're bought. And then we're rolling once more. I mean, just to 2-1 to all that. I don't think we need to overrate the importance of 2 capybaras right now, because we're not necessarily pivoting off of these units for a bit. Like, I'd love to see that level 3 fish first. Now, maybe, here's the thing. You're like, oh, don't get too attached to it. It's sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, well, what if that MFer shows up? Then it's not a sunk cost fallacy, is it? Real question, it's only a sunk cost fallacy when it doesn't show up. If it shows up, then it's just the way. I'm a little surprised we won that one, but that's really the capybara juice in our stats is what enabled that to happen. Holy cow, a hit level. And a rooster, I think we'd be stupid not to at this point. Sell me, and then throw this in for the buff here. I don't know if we want you at the back, but it is what it is. Probably just accept that that's not what we wanted, but the rooster getting early buffs from our level 2 giraffe goes crazy. And then the capybara is just so nice to keep around for pivot-based purposes. Lovely, not lovely. Not lovely, not lovely. It's not lovely. It's lovely. It turns out after all that, it was still lovely. We beat a kind of a stacked squad there, to be frank. No fish still. Roll me? Feel like you sort of have to go hippo. I think you could dump your lizard, buy canned food, and then we're reworking the squad kind of a lot, actually. I think we want this. And for now, why don't you just take that? The sad truth is that if you see a hippo like that, it's just, especially if you have any form of scaling, I think you got to give it a chance. And we had the can plus, oh my god. Okay, we need those eggs back at the front. Stat! I don't want to go up against good teams anymore, man. I was starting to feel good about myself, too. I really want... I mean, 1 chocolate is such a nice buff. I think we can afford to stick around and wait for it. For the fish, that is. But then the fish is gone. And the capybara, at this point, is probably not too far behind. Note to self that I'm, like, guaranteed to forget. The rooster needs to be moved back. But I think actually, in spite of the fact that we just got destroyed, I think we got a good thing going here. How does your rooster have 1 HP? How'd you manage to make that happen? And the reason I say that... Bro, that's so painful. It's my own fault. But the reason I say that is because a level 2 rooster is just really good. It feels like it allows us to pivot nicely into like a vulture build or something. What do you think about the orangutan in this situation? Like, you can... I really don't want to sell the fish. Maybe it's time for the capybara to go. Buy the cockatoo. It's 2 cost 2/1 buff for a rooster. And then do it again. That one is a 3 cost, admittedly, but... And then this would buff, like, maybe our fish, which is idiotic now that I think about it. I mean, the snake, obviously, like, behind the rooster does some stuff. Then we got this hippo in this super weird position. I think you could go right or wrong with either. Oh, the rooster can't be in the front? You fool! You absolute idiot! We may escape unscathed regardless, but this doesn't mean it's the way it should have gone. Can you just give me a chocolate for my fish? I can't believe I haven't seen a fish, man. Okay, so you go to the front. Sure. For now, I mean, we got the hippo. We might as well give him a chance. A fish! You need garlic, honestly, but let's let that carrot have some impact, okay? So what's the play? I know we're not buffing our hippo anymore. We're going rooster instead, and I know that's crazy. It's just the way things shook out. I lived. I'm still alive. I'm not going to live, but but I did live. Oh, maybe I'm gonna live, actually. Never mind. Screw you. Let's go. Okay. Now, level me. Huge buy. Sell me. I'm gonna say forget about a freaking crocodile. You know how the squad works here. You sell your giraffe, you buy a dragon, and then we go scumbag dragon team. Tier 1s, please. This is like the only way we can scale the whole squad at the same time. I'm gonna go actually create... I don't even know if this helps. From the same tier, you're tier 4, you're tier 6. You know what? What if you sat down and you sat up? Because you don't get an extra trigger out of this. No, you don't. Because all 3, yeah, it just screws up the order, actually. I'm going to put this on you, just because we have 3 gold. I don't like the pterodon rooster. I got to worry about the capacity of our board. It's not quite my tempo, personally. Hope this guy doesn't think we're actually rolling like a frilled dragon because we think it's good. Like, that would be so embarrassing for me. This seems pretty bad. And yet, 2-8? You spat out a 2-8? What's wrong with you? Tier 1s. Okay. To be honest with you, this is a little insulting to sell the snake at this point, but I'm doing it anyway. I think the order for our squad, it runs through a different sort of bend than we... Like, we're not super... the snake shots are great. We're substantially more concerned, I would say, with making sure, ideally, we get like 2 50-50s and then try to let it ride on them. That's painful. It's one of the most painful things I've experienced, and I noticed like the rest of their squad is also cracked. That's bad for business. Yeah, okay. It's a strong team. The gulf between the haves and the have-nots gets stronger. A lot of baboons this week. I gotta start putting some respect on the baboon. Okay, this time we're combining. And another, so we could go back to the snake. Some temptation there. Or we could just do this. So there's a... We didn't scale as much there as I would like. But we're not on lethal till next turn. Hopefully not on next turn, but possibly on next turn. Please. I see your vulture. I'll pay you Tuesday for an hamburger today, I will. Okay, let's see what you got. You got some splash damage. It's crazy how hard garlic would go on this team. Wow, this is Billy. Like, I expected this from Empty the Cup, but not from you, okay? Not from you. Sell me. Buy me. I still feel okay. Not great, but I feel okay about our squad. I just want to see some garlic. Like, our stats are crazy. The only thing is we got no equipment. Four. Still good. I sell you. And there is garlic here. Man, I gotta tell you, even though we have this other dragon ready to go, I think garlic on Hippo's the play. It's only turn 14. Like, that's late, but it's not late enough that we're guaranteed to go up against 50-50s or anything. This is like a sniper team. I really feel like the garlic could go crazy here. Also, I just realized the meat and potatoes of our problem is actually that we have a level 1 Hippo. Now, the garlic is doing amazing stuff for us. Look at how that transformed our run all by itself. But a chocolate on our Hippo would go insane as well. For now, let's do this. Sell me. Buy me. Sell me. It's almost a 50-50. You could can and buy dragon. This is not the way, in my opinion. You get one more payout here. You're a 50-50, but man, it would just hit the freaking spot. If we could have that Hippo gain more HP every time it gets a kill. The scaling has gone kind of crazy, though. I'm starting to feel okay again. And you know what's... Everybody that sees this team in the pool is going to be like, oh, wow, what a scumbag. But you don't know how close I came to oblivion. You haven't walked a mile in my Louboutins. Plus, we might not even win. It's looking pretty good, I'll admit, but... You never know. We could still use, like... I mean, at this point, we don't even need to buy many more tier 1s, honestly. I would freeze you, roll. I'm just seeing what we got available. I would honestly sell a moth, and maybe this is crazy, but I would sell a moth to get a level 2 Hippo out there. I just think that could, especially with garlic, it could make all the difference. Now, I'll just level with you. It may have made none difference. Actually, I think it made a huge difference. Just looking at the mathematics of the thing, I think it made an enormous difference. I think that I have accidentally made an incredible play, and would you look at that? The Hippo's going sicko mode. Now, we don't need to buy tier 1s, necessarily. Although it does help buff all the other dragons, so, like, you're still getting a pretty sizable buff. Well, I mean, I guess, but then I'd only have... Yeah, I don't know. I guess, really, I'm doing this to get, like, one more 25 chick out there, 25-1 chick out there? It's not relevant. We'd be better off just buying and selling to buff our other dragons. If anything, like a vulture, maybe. I don't think it's compulsory. And we already have the badge for certain. I guess you can check, but for certain. So it's basically two. Is it worth two buffs, or would we rather get the vulture effect? I mean, I think the vulture effect has larger upside, and if we somehow draw this round, then maybe we sell and we go back to the tier 1s. Oh, that's horrible. Okay, we broke some melon armor. Wait a minute, though. We're cruising, man. We're cruising. We did it! We did it! Now, this is not an atypical team. You know what this run was like, though? This was like we were just riding the waves. The shop gave us stuff that we know can be good. As a result, we took it. I think you could... Let's try this. It's a little weird. Waste of the bluebird's effect, too, but maybe a cruising fish. Like, we played the shops that we got on that time. We didn't try to force anything. And I guess the secondary thing that's worth mentioning is we also got good shops, which makes a big difference. I'll take a round 1 draw. The buff is okay here. Sure. I would roll. It's the same shop, jerk. How about you take one of these? You run anti-egg inference. And then we got a mid-egg squad to maybe surprise some people. He's a genius. I don't know if he's a genius. It's, we're not even close to a level. I mean, you gotta go. This is good for stats. And then I'm feeling like, dude, what if you just put an egg on a doorhead ant? So, like, he pops out there and he goes, like, surprise! Here I am. And then he maybe, you know, I don't know what he does after that. I haven't really thought that far ahead yet. That's nice, though. Hey, this is not so bad. That's not bad at all, actually. 2 wins. I've had worse runs than that in aggregate. Why don't you? Why don't you? And then I don't know why I've got a lizard frozen still. Now that I look at it, I couldn't tell you. Here's what I'll say. It's a small change with potentially big repercussions on a fiscal level. I'd much rather get 1 extra gold than have like 1 to 2 extra attack per turn. Get smoked. Oh no. Hold on. Do not, under any circumstances, get smoked. Ooh, we draw these. A little surprising. But now we're on tempo. Because we have our level on an odd-numbered turn. And in fact, I'd much rather have the level be in this order. We have to take a deer. It's probably fair to say that without equipment, you come out here now. Now, do we take another level? Let's do it. The worm is mighty interesting. I don't really like it, though. I tell you, like, why don't I like it? It's the lamest metagame reason of all time. I don't like a worm because although we've been beaten by a worm this week, it hasn't happened enough to actually make me think that the worm is strong. I'm like piggybacking off of the builds that beat me. Hippo's good. Big snipes. Spawns are good. I don't think we need the bluebird to level, quite frankly. I'd rather waste my gold re-rolling with likely no benefit. I would like you to be a little stronger. But then, honestly, having just done that, I now think we want to run this team right here. Frieza Frisha Vakadu, just in case. Oh, I was going to say in case you don't find anything that tickles your fancy, but we did find something that tickles our fancy. And I would say, like, it, again, it's not really a... Stop buffing the cockroach. It's not really a dynamic reason. It's not a reason people are going to applaud you for necessarily. But I think when garlic shows up, you kind of have to... You got to take it or you got to recognize that it's at your own risk not to take it. You got me? That's fair. We didn't have the stats on that one. One of those. It's time. You can go. You can stay. Buffing you doesn't really make sense because you're going to get eaten by the whale, but maybe at some point we'll sell the whale, and that'll change. Why don't you take this? Buffing you is easy because you're beautiful. I don't really think you need to be on the squad anymore. I think we need a hippo on the squad. And even though it's not going to get the buff this turn, if we sold you for a reasonable benefit, the hippo could get the defense buff next turn. Keep in mind, we got 12 gold per turn to work with. So that's a magic number. That's 4 buys instead of less than 4 buys. Pretty bad. Also, I love the capybara squads. When the shops warrant it, or when they present the opportunity, we got to consider taking advantage of that. You need this. It may take just a little bit for the pieces to fall into place, okay? Can freeze you till next. No, we should buy you early. Even if we lose this round, it's not the end of the world. Sell you, buy you. Okay, now, a crocodile is going to get the buff from the orangutan, and that's perfectly fine. Next turn, the hippo can start getting the buff, and now we have 13 gold. What a shot. Oh, you lived. Cruel fate. We're close on that one. It doesn't look like we're close because they had 2 units, but level 2 bust maybe makes the difference there. Roll me. Garbage. Not garbage, but we need you to pop a little faster. Problem is, won't the orangutan buff itself? No, it'll buff the deer now. Okay. You see the error of your ways. No chocolate, huh? You know what you can do? How about this? The greatest fried shrimp. Oh, the greatest fried shrimp play in history? Still not good enough. I'm going down, brother. We got nothing here. This squad is complete garbage. Okay, you get buffed. You know, I hate to be this guy. The pieces are in place, okay? You gotta give it a chance. And we're keeping the swan just because, I mean, 3 gold per turn is nice. Do we have the power here? I don't think so, but I've been wrong before in many ways. Probably I'm dead. Didn't spit out a fly, but you did spit out the bus, which is nice. Okay. It seems not as bad as it could have been. Let's go. 4 wins. Ooh. And we still got some gold. Rooster probably would have been a smart pickup there. 2 flies doesn't make sense to me. That could be a me problem. Rooster makes sense. Listen, at some point we got to unwind the swan. It's true. I do think this makes sense as well. I mean, this is just full-on copium build here, but if we live through this round and next round we get 5 chocolates or something, then who knows? You gotta shoot the turkey. You gotta shoot the... Oh my god, it's gonna happen. It's happening. Okay, the turkey's gonna be the last unit standing at some point. There we... Finally! He's a genius. Didn't even have to use our level 1 rooster with almost no buffs attached to it. Feeling pretty smart. Sure. Okay, I suppose we will. I would roll. I don't know what you would sell to fit a parrot on behind the turkey. I don't know what you would do. It's a squad that's like a little awkward because everything is spaced very, very preciously right now. It certainly feels like it's on its way out, but I don't know. Maybe I'm sandbagging. Shoot the, yeah! Ooh, tomato. Who knew? Tomato, yes, tomato. Oh, he's popping. Now, we really need a level 2 turkey, holy cow. Even more so, in my opinion, than the rooster. You also need to live. So, like, I was going to say just getting like a 1-up or something would hit the spot. That's pretty good, though. But if our turkey gets shot, we're not guaranteed to lose, but it's pretty likely. Lots of people are going to be running tomatoes and crocodiles, too. So you got to be careful. They also have a vulture. We're going to hit their own turkey, but it's... No, we're not, actually. Because you can see my soul leave my body there. We are not going to run our own turkey, or our own tomato, and kill their turkey. It's all over. Holy cow, that went wrong fast. Good build, though. I give you some credit for it. 6. It's kind of an appropriate way to end it. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.